Hello children, today I am going to read chapter 5, The Constitution of India from the book Frank Primary Social Studies ICSE SST Class 5 book. Now let's get started with the chapter, The Constitution of India. According to the dictionary, a constitution is a system of beliefs and laws by which a country, a state, or an organization is governed. Let us learn about the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India is the highest law in India. It lays down the powers and duties of government institutions. It also provides for fundamental rights and duties of the citizens. The Constitution was drafted by the Constituent Assembly, which consisted of 389 members. It took almost 3 years to draft the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly was a truly representative body, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. So you can see Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the picture and a meeting of the Constituent Assembly in 1950. The Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. The Indian Constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950. We celebrate this day every year as the Republic Day in our country. The Constitution is important in our history because when the Constitution came into effect, India became a sovereign and a democratic republic. The Preamble. The Constitution of India starts with the Preamble. It goes as follows: We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Let us understand the Preamble. Sovereign means that the country is not under the control of any foreign power. Socialist means that everyone has equal opportunities and in which the wealth of the nation is used for the welfare of the society as a whole. Secular. India does not have a state religion. Every person of any faith is free to practice his or her religion in the country. Democratic Republic. India is a democratic country. It is not ruled by a monarch but an elected head of state whom the people elect. In India, the president is indirectly elected for a period of 5 years. Justice means that all people are treated fairly. Liberty means that people have the freedom on all activities, what they think, how they express themselves, what they believe, which religion they wish to practice, and so on. However, freedom has to be practiced without harming others. Equality means that all are equal before the law. No individual or section of the society enjoys special privileges or opportunities. Fraternity means that everyone lives with a feeling of friendship and trust. There is a sense of belonging with the country. Think and answer. Mention your favorite word in the preamble. Give reasons. Next is directive principles. Very important. The Constitution of India has laid down certain guidelines for the governing bodies on the basis of which they can frame laws and policies. These guidelines are called directive principles. Some of the directive principles are as follows: to provide an equal right to all citizens to work and earn their livelihood, to provide work for all, to provide free and compulsory education to all children up to 14 years of age, to provide equal wages for equal work, to protect the environment, to protect and preserve monuments, places, and things of historical importance. Next is fundamental rights. When we live in a society, we must learn to live peacefully. We must respect each other. If each person does what he or she thinks is right, there would be chaos in the country. Therefore, The society has laid down certain rules which we have to follow. These rules are necessary to live peacefully. They tell us what is right and what is wrong. When the society accepts these rights as essential, they become the basis of rights. We must remember that what is right for one is equally right for another person. Therefore, when we exercise our rights, we must be careful that we do not violate another person's rights. The Indian Constitution has put down certain rights for all its citizens. These are known as fundamental rights because they are considered as basic rights for people to live in a society. They are right to equality. This means that every person is considered equal in the eyes of the law. There can be no discrimination based on caste, creed, or religion. Right to freedom. In a democratic country like India, the right to freedom of speech and expression is very important. This freedom allows its citizens to practice any profession, participate in any political movement, and to move around freely in the country. Right against exploitation. The Constitution has declared that no one can force anyone to work for less or without payment. Employing children and buying and selling of human beings are also illegal. This fundamental right also makes it illegal for someone who does these activities. Right to freedom of religion. The Constitution declares India to be a secular state. It means that India does not have a state religion. Every person has the right and freedom to practice any religion of his or her choice. In the picture you can see child labor is not allowed according to the right against exploitation. Next is cultural and educational rights. The right to education is an important right given to all Indian citizens. The Constitution has provided for minorities to establish and maintain their own educational institutions. Government schools are responsible for providing free and compulsory education to all children up to the age of 14. Next is right to constitutional remedies. If any citizen feels that his or her constitutional rights are being violated, he or she can seek justice from the courts. This right ensures that the citizen's fundamental rights are protected. Discuss. What do these images signify? Discuss in class. Next is fundamental duties. Rights always come with duties. Rights and duties are interlinked. We cannot enjoy rights without fulfilling our duties. To be good citizens of our country, we must not only enjoy our rights but also do our duties. The Constitution has laid down through the directive principles certain fundamental duties for all its citizens. Some of the fundamental duties are: we must abide by the Constitution. We must respect our national flag and the national anthem. We must promote harmony amongst all people of India. We must value and preserve our rich heritage. We must protect and improve our natural environment. We must safeguard public property. Basic features of the democratic form of government. The three organs of the government are the executive, legislature, and judiciary. This is important. These three organs derive their power from the Constitution. Remember this. However, the Constitution has provided for separation of powers. Now let's understand the three organs. Number one is executive. The President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers form the executive branch of the government. Second is legislature. India has a bicameral legislature. This means that there are two houses of parliament at the center. They are the Rajya Sabha or the Council of States and the Lok Sabha or the House of People. Number three is judiciary. India has an independent judiciary. The judiciary acts as a guardian of the rights and liberties of the citizens. The highest court of law is the Supreme Court, which is located in Delhi. The highest authority in the Supreme Court is the Chief Justice. Every state has a high court with a Chief Justice as its head. The Supreme Court of India you can see in the picture. The Indian Constitution is a federal system with a unitary bias. It is a union of states. It has 28 states and 9 union territories. Power is divided between the center and the states. However, during emergency, all powers are with the center. The government at the center, which is located in Delhi, is known as the union government. Thus, the Constitution lays down the rules and the government executes it. As citizens of India, it is our moral obligation to fulfill our duties towards other citizens and towards our country. And that is the end of the chapter. Now let's read the vocabulary of the chapter to understand more about it. Abide, accept and act according to the rule. Creed, a set of religious beliefs. Discrimination, unfair treatment of someone because of their religion and other personal features. Draft, to write something such as a legal document, speech or letter that may have changes made to it before it is finished. Preamble, an introduction to a document or report explaining its purpose. Now let's have a quick recap of the chapter, the Constitution of India. It begins with the preamble. The preamble states the following features of our country: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Then comes directive principles. Then is fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Then are fundamental duties: abide by the Constitution, respect our national flag and national anthem, promote harmony amongst all people of India, value and preserve our rich heritage, protect and improve our natural environment, safeguard public property. So the Constitution of India states the basic features of the government. Now I will be showing you the question answers that comes under evaluation. These two questions and the question answers on the next page are there. Fill in the blanks and the other exercise I will be discussing in the next video. Do stay tuned and do not forget to like, subscribe and share our channel Smart Kids Wonder. Thank you children.